no band has been suggested to me more than Coheed and Cambria. Whenever I describe my musical tastes to people, especially my own age, they always say, oh, you have to listen to these guys. These guys are right up your alley. You need to listen to them. That type of music I just didn't connect with. It felt very much like the Incubuses or the Silverchairs or Foo Fighters of the time. It felt very modern, in which if this band were presented in either the 80s or the 70s or the 60s, they would probably sound very much like that spirit of the times, whereas if you pulled Foo Fighters out from the 90s or the 2000s, they wouldn't really work in that own little dynamic. They're so kind of fixed on their own sound. So with Coheed and Cambria, I feel like they're a very modern band. That's the type of music that they have decided to emulate. But the one saving grace, and the reason why they've been suggested to me over and over and over again, is the overarching concepts of all of their albums up to this previous one of the Amory Wars, where each album is another story, or at least another part of this overall concept. So of course this has given them a lot of praise within the critics and a lot of praise within the progressive rock community. When they finally released their first album, and we're talking like out of 8 albums here, this is the first one out of all their 8 albums that have deviated from this. So let's dive into their 8th album, Colors Before the Sun. So hello, I'm Notes, and I'm glad you made it past all of that introduction. Holy jeez. So we have the new album from Coheed and Cambria, Colors Before the Sun. Now the reason why I'm doing this video is that it has actually been recommended to me a number of times that I need to review it. And I need to make a shout out to Kenny Norton from Crash and Ride Music. His blog is fantastic. It's uploaded every day, so I've left some descriptions down below. You guys need to check it out. He's also done an amazing review of this album, and you can view it right over here. Many other people have reviewed this album already. I left a lot of the ones down below. You need to have a look because a lot has already been said about this album. So I was a little bit hesitant to even do this review because so much has already been said. So instead of dissecting it like a lot of other reviewers have done, I'm just going to give my own take of what I liked and what I didn't like about this album. So first off, of what I didn't like. The main point is that the music is still kind of that same sound that Coheed and Cambria are known for. Again, very modern. Like, they didn't really stretch their legs too much. They didn't really go outside the box. And maybe that was the point. Maybe the point was just to take a little bit of a break, take a little bit of a breather, and get some of those ideas flushed out of just what was kind of kicking around in their head. And actually, at the end of the day, I do enjoy listening to this album. It's not going to be an award-winning album by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a nice listen. It almost has, and I know people have said this before, and I would actually agree to it, it almost has an Angels and Airways sound on it, especially within their last song of Peace to the Mountain. And in fact, this is probably one of my favorite songs of the album because it is very subdued and quiet when you compare it to a lot of their other heavier works. This is especially to the song that just preceded it with The Audience. The other 2 songs I love are Colors and Here to Mars. Again, very much like that Angels and Airways sound, very airy, very passionate. And that's one thing that I do like about this album, is that throughout the entire album, all the musicians, all the players found on here are very passionate about what they're doing. But unfortunately, it doesn't really get outweighed by just the overall lack of really great songs on this album. Colors and Here to Mars, the 3rd and 4th track on this album, it kind of rounds off the first side of it. Those are really great tracks and ones that I do listen to over and over again. Before that, and then right after that, there's just kind of like this valley of just songs that are there. They don't really add too much to it until we get to the very last song, which is Peace to the Mountain. And Peace to the Mountain is almost like a closing track in that you can see everything winding down. You can kind of see that reflection of the album overall. And I think that's why I like it. It's got that reflection overall of the overall album. not too much else for me to say. I think the reason why I don't connect to it too much is just the music that is found within it just isn't quite my jam. I have to say, stream it with earbuds. If I want to listen to music like this, I'll either go to the very self-aware albums such as My Chemical Romance, or if I want to get more of like a very good concept, I'll even go to maybe a Green Day's American Idiot. It's odd that Green Day is almost, I don't want to say they're better at creating a concept album, but anyway, that's my take. What did you guys think about this album? I've already read a lot of reviews about this album and it doesn't seem to be doing too well, so let me know your own thoughts down below. And really, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and once we come into December, maybe I'll try to upload a little bit more videos. We'll see how that works out. But until then, notes out.